Hi, Pastor Rob here, and I have some thoughts to share with those of us who are worship leaders. And I don't just mean those who are up front on Sunday mornings. I'm also speaking to those of us who help with worship from the back of the house, our entire audio-visual team. I'm going to start by asking a question. As worship leaders, what's the hardest thing that we do when we are leading worship? The answer? The hardest thing we do when we're leading worship is to actually worship. We can get so caught up in the process of leading worship that we forget to worship ourselves, can't we? Worship, by definition, involves turning away from ourselves and giving our attention to something or someone greater than ourselves. It means focusing on God through His Son, Jesus Christ, by the power of the Holy Spirit. But as worship leaders, we are often so tempted to focus on our own performance and on the response of the congregation. And so much of our attention during worship is actually upon analysis and evaluation. How am I doing? Did I do that right? Could I have done it better? And is the congregation responding well to what I'm doing? And rather than worship, our hearts can be filled with fretting and distraction. Yes, we should worship God with our best efforts, but our first priority is to invite people to come into the presence of God. Listen to these words from Psalm 95. Come, let us sing for joy to the Lord. Let us shout aloud to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before Him with thanksgiving and extol Him with music and song. Come, let us bow down in worship. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker, for He is our God and we are the people of His pasture. Note the use of the first person plural. It's not let you worship or let me worship, but let us worship. We can only lead people into the presence of God if we are going there ourselves. And so, even when we're practicing, we should be worshiping God. And especially then, when we are leading, we should foremost and always be worshiping, and then inviting people to join us. We are His people. That's why we worship Him. And so always fight against the temptation to be worship performers and worship facilitators. Instead, be determined to be worship givers. Worship givers who first give themselves to the Lord and then humbly invite and encourage others to come, bow down, and worship as well. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all that you do. And especially thank you for being true servants of our God and King and of His people.